I'm not doing that. But they'll gladly send your child to go fight in a battle that they won't fight. And that to me is um, it's ridiculous, but it's very obvious and it's very clear. They're telling you what the manipulation is. They're telling you who they are, right? So really, if there's a war going on, and I personally believe that anybody who sends someone else's child off to war should be willing to send their own. I have more respect for politicians who have fought in a war or have children who fought in a war than I have for politicians who will dodge the draft but send your child to war. That no, I'm not doing. So this guy, this billionaire, in my opinion, I think he dodged the draft and sent Michael off to war. That's my point. I think that so if you want to know how the Kanye thing finished, I said to him, I said, look, okay, here's what I'll do. I'll support you. You don't have to pay me any money, but I need to know that you're serious. So I know you spent so much money, you spent millions of dollars on your daughter's birthday party, so this is nothing for you. I want you to take a certain amount of money, put it into an escrow account that you can't touch, and I'll document every penny. I'm not going to take your money. I'm gonna put it. It's exactly what we agreed upon. But I need to know that you're in this before I move a muscle. I'm not doing nothing until you make a deposit on what we're trying to do, so that I know that I'm not going to be out here looking stupid, and then you get to walk away. We're not doing that. We're going to jump in here together, and that ended the conversation, right? And so a lot of times, if you really want to know how serious somebody is about a business, about a relationship, about anything, ask them to put skin in the game. Ask them to make a commitment that matches the magnitude of your commitment. If they're not willing to match the magnitude of the commitment they're asking you to make, that right there tells you that it's not fair to you. Right? You just all these relationships. I think about you can think about this in terms of relationships. Think about how many times somebody, it's usually a woman that might date some guy for 10 years with no commitment whatsoever. And then, so he's with her from age 28 to 38, like her prime fertility years. And then at 38, he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm out of here. So then he goes and starts dating another 28-year-old, but you can't be 28 again. So again, I don't hope I didn't sound sexist when I say that, but we know that fertility is different for men than it is for women. So I would say have him put some skin in the game. Maybe he doesn't have to marry you. Marriage is the ultimate skin in the game because there's a penalty for ending the contract. But maybe just put something on paper. Hey babe, let's go get a lawyer and let's just make a contract that says, since you love me, do you love me? Yeah, I love you. Do you really love me? Yeah, I love you, girl. Okay, well, words mean a lot, but actions mean a lot more than words. So let's go get a contract. Like contracts means a whole lot more than because talk is cheap. Talk don't cost you nothing. But if I sign something, it's like, whoa, wait, you want me to actually prove what I just said? Yeah, well, and if they act funny about that, that tells you everything you need to know. So ultimately, this actually links to that concept, moral hazard, that we've talked about. But lemon theory is important too. So I think Michael Johnson got screwed. That's my point. I think Michael, if I had been his advisor, I'd say, okay, this guy says he's gonna throw out 40 million. First off, I'd like to see 10 or 20 of that in the bank under our control, in order for us to even believe him. And then if he huffs and puffs about it, then okay, then what we do is we find, I'd rather have a guaranteed 5 million than to have a pie in the sky dream of 40 million that's never going to arrive. This is how rich people can manipulate poor people, or not poor people.